Well, good evening. We start tonight with a tragic incident and a tragic day at Maryville High School where a student died after being stabbed by a classmate.
It's a good thing we have gun control. Welcome to another installment of the Connecticut Gun Bench. Today's video is brought to you by P.A.N. Firearms, LLC. P.A.N. Firearms, your NRA certification of multifaceted gun training. You can reach us at 203-300-6343 or use our website at www.panfirearmsllc.com. As always, there'll be a link in the description box below. If you like channel, like content, what I do, you can support me with the link. Everything's appreciated. Once again, online store is open. CGB20 will get you 20% off. Free shipping. Connecticut residents, you got to pay that sales tax, but CGB20 will get you 20% off. Let's talk about this. And this is, once again, I have to keep talking about stories like this because no one else is going to. Beyond local news, you're never going to hear much about this. But that was a fatal stabbing at a high school in Arizona. It's Maryville High School. And apparently, from the understanding of the story, there was a fight between two juveniles, and one decided that stabbing the other one to death was perfectly justified. Disclaimer, the video that I'm using is for commentary. I'm not using the video in whole as for copyright reasons, but I am using it to once again to grant discussion over this issue. Let me give you some details.
It was a fight between two boys inside a classroom, and it ended with a murder in front of other students.
Classroom full of students watched as their two classmates broke out into a fight, some of them even stopping to take video and share it online. Detectives who have been out here all day have been talking to those witnesses and going through the video to get a better idea of what led up to this violent assault. Lines of cars stretched down 59th Avenue and parents crowded around the gates upon learning their children were on lockdown at Maryville High School Tuesday morning. The lockdown was prompted by a violent attack in a classroom. Phoenix police say a fight between two students escalated to a stabbing. A teenage boy was stabbed multiple times with a sharp object by his classmate. The boy died at the hospital. The suspect is in custody.
We are heartbroken in response to the senseless tragedy that took place today at Maryville High School. As a mother myself, I am grieving for the mother, the siblings, the entire family and friends, and will cooperate fully with the law enforcement investigation.
Officials say the threat was isolated to just the one classroom and the lockdown was out of precaution. Now it's unclear what charges, if any, the suspect could be facing, and police are asking that anyone who witnessed this or has information or videos to reach out to them or call Silent Witness at 480-WITNESS to remain.
Heard that and you saw that. Now, why am I talking about this? Because at some point we're going to have to acknowledge that this is not a gun issue. At some point, we're going to have to acknowledge that this is a societal, cultural problem that we're not addressing. And the only answer that they're gonna ever have is gun control. But the only problem is, this story here will just once again disappear. It'll disappear. Think about it, people. Walmart stabbing, that was 10 days ago? When's the last time you heard about it? Nothing. New Orleans, that was 8 months ago. Nothing. This is not about your safety. And this poor child had to lose his life because another child decided he's going to be an asshole and take it. Now, they come up with all these different security measures. There was a resource officer on site who was there immediately.
Phoenix police told us hours after the attack, that SSO jumped right into action.
School staff immediately notified the SSO. He responded quickly and ultimately detained one of the persons involved.
They had some kind of metal detection system, which there's supposed to be a pilot program for.
According to the district's website, Maryville was part of the pilot program last year, and this year, all Phoenix Union High School District schools have these detectors, making students and parents wonder if the suspect smuggled in the weapon past the detectors or got it from somewhere on campus.
But in the end, none of that worked. Why? Because you cannot curtail violence in that manner. You just can't. When somebody's hell-bent on doing something to someone else, it's going to go down, regardless of the implement. And unfortunately, as I said, this child's going to be forgotten quickly. Done. It's going to be over. And that's the really part that infuriates me to my bones. Because if this had been a gun, what would be? It'd be national news, and the usual players would be out in front of the cameras talking about gun control and how we need gun control, and the parents this, that, and the other. This child's life's gone too, but it's just going to be forgotten. That's really the sad part about it. That's the horrible part about it. They're playing Russian roulette with murder, and the only time it gets any attention is when the implement fits an agenda. Really just damn shocking. Because as I said, I didn't barely heard about this, and I had to search. And maybe on a national scale, Fox News Live was the only one that had any information going. Other than that, it's all local. It's all local news stories. But it's insane. But once again, it demonstrates that this is not a gun problem. This child is just as deceased as any child that is shot. But who will get the attention? Remember, I pointed out after the Walmart, when that incident happened and stabbing there, I said, as soon as the first shooting happens, they're going to forget about it. Not a week later, not even days later, New York City had the shooting at the building where the NFL has its offices. Walmart was forgotten. It was all about New York and all about gun control and the fact this guy drove across state lines, violated every law coming here. All of a sudden, these stabbings were forgotten. This will be gone. This won't even be a blip. That's really shocking because it doesn't fit the narrative. And I will keep talking about these stories to keep telling you, for those of you who got your ears open and listen, that this is not a gun problem. But they know that too. That's why stories like these get ignored. Condolences to the family, because once again, they're not going to get millions of dollars and damn sure not going to go to the White House. But their child is deceased too. It's for a shame. Let me know what you think. As always, you can leave your comments in the comment section below. And as always, any statements of violence or things that lead to violence will be removed. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're notified the next time my video goes live. I'm going to see you on the next one. Peace.